Okay, hi everyone. This is the introduction to Chapter 1, the Chapter 1 setup for Ravenclaw. So here's my Ravenclaw notebook. You'll need a couple of things. You'll need a pen or a pencil, pair of scissors, and a glue stick or a bottle of glue. Now make sure if you use a bottle of glue, you're only using the 4 drops, okay? Otherwise it makes it very difficult to write on the pages. You'll also have received a packet that says Vocabulary Chapter 1 at the top. Okay, make sure you have the right packet. Your packet has base as the first vocabulary word on it. So make sure you have the right packet. If you don't have the right packet, get the right packet, okay? Otherwise, it won't match the video. All right, so this is the front cover. You can see I have it decorated with my mathematician research project. Okay, my nameplate's on the inside with all the information I need. I have my numbers, as you can see, at the bottom of the page. Make sure they're numbered 1, and on the back of 1 is 2, so on and so forth. I have all my expectations and policies done. If you don't have this set up, make sure you watch the introduction to ISN video and get your ISN set up correctly, okay? So here's page 4 and 5 with my table of contents. We'll come back to that. All right, so I've taken that packet and I've literally just cut it straight down the middle. Don't trim, don't do anything else, just cut it straight down the middle, okay? On page 6, you're going to paste in the first vocabulary section. It says Chapter 1 Vocabulary at the top. And then on page 7, you can see 7 there at the bottom, you're going to paste in the other vocabulary, the one that says radical sign, as the first word. All right? Once you're done pasting, at the top of page 6, you're going to write Chapter 1 Real Numbers. Chapter 1, real numbers at the top. Also, when you're pasting them in, you want to make sure they're towards the bottom so you have this blank space at the top, okay? Then, once you're done with that, okay, on page 7, you're going to write Chapter 1, Vocabulary. Okay, so this kind of serves as like an introduction to the chapter. There's an essential question there that you should be able to answer by the time you're done taking all of your notes. So once you have that written in, we're going to turn to page 8. Okay, on page 8, you're going to glue in the page that says rational numbers at the top. So rational numbers. And then on page 9, you're going to glue in the one that says try it. Okay, so one says try it, and it looks like this. All right, so that's 9. On page 10, you have powers and exponents. And then another try it page. That's on page 11. On page 12, you're going to put the one that says multiply and divide monomials. Multiply and divide monomials. Leave 13 blank. 14, you're going to glue in powers of monomials. Leave 15 blank. So 14 is powers, 15 is blank. On 16, page 16, you're going to glue in negative exponents. Leave 17 blank. On page 18, you're going to glue in scientific notation. Scientific notation. Leave 19 blank. On page 20, you're going to glue in the second page for scientific notation, but it says on the bottom, applying what you know. I can see it better. So scientific notation, applying what you know, okay? And that's going to go on page 20. So scientific notation, applying what you know on page 20. leave page 21 blank. Okay. On page 22, compute with scientific notation. You're going to leave 23 blank. And on page 24, you're going to put the second compute with scientific notation. This one has the addition and subtraction with scientific notation on it. So that one goes, make sure that one goes on page 24. Okay. 25 is blank. Okay, then on 26, you have the two roots pages. So the first one says square roots on it. So roots, square roots, and that's on 26. And then the other one says cube roots, and that's on 27. So square is 26, cube is 27. Then you have the root tables, and that's going to go on page 28. And then there's this fun little cartoon that I found for you about square roots, and that goes on page 29. Okay. And then on page 30 and 31, you have two estimate roots pages. The first has the estimate square and cube roots on it. Okay. That goes on page 30. And then the second one just has the estimate roots and it has problem 3 at the top. That goes on page 31. Okay. Then on page 32, you have compare real numbers. So compare real numbers page. That's on 32. And then the ice cream cone goes on page 33. Then on page 34, you also have another compare real numbers page. This one says compare and order real numbers at the top. Okay? And that's the end of chapter 1, all right? So now that we have everything glued in, we're going to go back to the beginning to the table of contents so we can set that up, all right? So I'm going to do it like this so you've got a slightly better view of what I'm writing. Okay. Should be good. Should be able to see that. Okay. So we have 4 and 5. Okay. Now on page 4, right below 4 and 5, you notice I've taken 2 lines to write everything. You can continue that or you can use 1 line. It's up to you. Okay, on pages 6 and 7, I'm going to write chapter 1 vocabulary. Okay, that's 6 and 7. Pages 8 and 9. Go back and double check what the title is. 8 and 9 is rational numbers. So rational numbers. On page 10 to 11 is powers and exponents. On page 12 and 13 is multiply and divide. Monomials. You can see I kind of ran out of room, so that's why I was trying to write a little bit smaller there. Multiply and divide monomials, 12 and 13. Pages 14 through 15 is powers of monomials. Okay. Pages 16 through 17 is negative exponents. So negative exponents. 18, 19, 20, and 21. So 18 through 21. Okay, 18 through 21 is scientific notation. Scientific notation. (22) through 25 is compute with scientific notation. Make sure we're good. Okay, 22 through 25, scientific notation. Okay. Then on pages 26, 27, 28, 29. So pages 26 through 29. 26 through 29 is roots. Then 30 through 31 is estimate roots. So 30, 31, estimate roots. Okay. Then 32 32, 33, 34, and 35. So 32 through 35 is compare real numbers. So compare real numbers. Okay? So you should have all of this written down in your table of contents by the time you are done. All right. And I will talk to you guys later about your next step for your doodle notes for Chapter 1, Lesson 1, Rational Numbers.